This is Sarah. It's winter, particularly December at some point, and lately I've been making laurels, or garlands, like crowns, out of leaves, and giving them to my friends so that we can adorn ourselves in some fun, meaningful way. It has nothing to do with electronics or anything mechanical, but it's fun and it's something I'm doing, so I wanted to share what it's about and what it means to me and how I did it. One of the things that I've been doing lately, particularly over the past 2 years, is taking care of plants. We have a greenhouse now. It's nice. It's something I enjoy in life these days. My guilty pleasure MMO over the past 2 years has been World of Warcraft, which is something I played back when I was in college quite a bit. I go to it at night just to hear the noises and get a sense of nostalgia and comfort, which has a lot of mileage these days given the circumstances. And lately I have been playing a druid, which goes along with this whole nurturing plant caregiver thing that I've been doing lately. The character creation options for the character that I play allows you to put leaves in your hair of different colors. And I not only like this aesthetically, I really like it as this nod to being akin with nature and plants, which is what a druid, or being a druid, is all about. So I decided to make myself some of these hair vines. Not out of real leaves, though. I ended up ordering 1,000 fake fall leaves off of Amazon, and they came in like these weird stacks, these reams that remind me of canned potato chips. Nothing says fall like pre-pressed stock fake leaves in reams, right? And I used raw TPU and just that craft string that you get, from the store to create faux vines. I know when I was a kid growing up, one of the things we used to do is make these friendship bracelets out of that string, and it involved a couple different types of knot tying that you would, do over and over and over and over again, and it would create like a solid color on a piece of cord. And using this same technique from when I was a kid, I was able to wrap this string around raw TPU filament and create these really flexible but also durable vines that I then kind of wrapped around and created these wreaths with, and I now adorn my hair with leaves. I don't have to be too careful with the method in which I wrap the string, because the more flaw and variation that there are in the wrapping of the string, the more they actually kind of look like real vines or wood. At the end of my vines, directly onto the string, I stitched these leaves. I'd kind of stick the vine right down the center and then fold it in half and stitch the seam directly on there, and it has a pretty natural look. There's these little tufts at the end, which are the end of the wrappings, which, I mean, in nature, leaves wouldn't have that, but I kind of dig the aesthetic. I don't mind it. And it kind of has its own look. But I've been wearing these out in public lately anytime I need to run errands, and I actually get a lot of compliments on them. So much so that I started making different types of hair leaf garlands. These are inspired by my druid from World of Warcraft. There's another game that my best friend has been coming over and playing a lot since the end of summer, and that is the game Hades. You might have heard of it. It won Game of the Year, or at least was nominated for it, I believe. And for good reason. It is a fantastic game.
I give stuff to Baldy.
He's the best character.
Yeah.
Sisyphus, you mind my asking what you did to warrant this particular arrangement you've got here? Pushing a boulder to the end of time roll? I've never heard it in your own words.
Well, it's a bit of a long story, Prince. My time had come, though I just wasn't ready, you might say. Your father thought he had me in his clutches, but then, shoo, I gave him the slip. Your father's henchman, Thanatos, will back me up on that.
Outsmarted Thanatos, that's amazing. What happened then?
Turns out your father doesn't like us mortals cheating death. Eventually they found me, so now I'm stuck here with my boulder friend. I push old Baldy up the hill to the beat of the Fury's whips, then he tumbles down, and then we go again.
So then you're stuck forever. No reprieve.
In the game, you play as the prince of the underworld, Zagreus, and you're trying to escape Hades, your home. Your relatives on Mount Olympus are helping you. And each one of these gods that you interact with has their own personal laurel that represents their personality. Because laurels, pretty big in ancient Greece, right? Zagreus, along with his father Hades, they both wear the same. It's like a gradation from dark red to like a blood red, and the very tips are kind of a yellow color, which happens to be the same exact shade tone and gradation quality of these fall leaves that I have in abundance. So I decided to make my best friend a Zagreus inspired Greek laurel to wear while we're sitting on the couch together playing this particular game.
Max Pinks. Yes. It's important.
So he wears his, like, maple leaf, I don't know, crown, and I wear my vine laurel.
Sometimes conversation with a friend is its own reward, isn't that right, Baldy?
So we enjoyed wearing these things so much that I just started making a bunch of them and giving them to my friends and family. Because if there's any lesson that I've learned over the past 2 years, it's that the details in life are really the most important. And every single little detail matters. Once I started really relishing those tiny little minute details of human existence, I've found peace. So, until my next video, where I share some of the other stuff that I've been working on lately, as always, keep making awesome stuff out there, continue being kind, stay safe, and as always, thank you for watching. Is that a heart? That's a heart. Leaves. I'm a druid.